Salvete discipuli. In today's tutorial lesson, we will read together the dramatic conclusion to our chapter about gladiators. The animosity between the Pompeians and the Nucerians is about to boil over. Okay, so even though you may have practiced translating this, as you now see the Latin with vocabulary provided, maybe it would be a good idea to further reinforce your learning. Pause the video, again try to reconstruct the translation in your mind, and then compare your translation with what emerges. Postquam retiarii ex arena discesserunt, tuba iterum sonuit. After the net fighters left the arena, the trumpet sounded again. Okay, so always worth noting again, discesserunt is the irregular perfect tense. The erunt ending is the they form, the third person plural. And the subject, of course, is the nominative plural retiarii. Subito multi cervi arenam intraverunt. Suddenly, many deer entered the arena. That's right, the Romans liked having gladiatorial contests that involved animals. Now, there is a type of gladiator called a bestiarius, and they are going to emerge a little later in the story. A bestiarius is somebody who fights against a beast. They went in without any armor, only a spear, because after all, you want it to be kind of of an interesting fight. Now, a man just throwing spears at a deer is not interesting. What we're about to see here is this fight is going to include, in succession, animals fighting other animals. Cervi per totam arenam currebant, quod per teriti erant. The deer were running through the whole arena because they were terrified. Okay, so imperfect ending bant, currebant, were running. Okay, perteriti is an adjective, and in this case, some adjectives are going to have the same ending as the word they describe. Okay, so some adjectives have the same endings as a first declension noun or a second declension noun, depending on the gender of the word being described. Tum canes feroces per portam intraverunt. Then ferocious dogs entered through the gate. Okay, so here's another adjective. Now, this adjective has the same endings as a third declension noun. Canis, singular, canes, plural. Okay, so the thing to remember, though, is if we were talking about ferocious deer, if there even is such a thing, it would have been cervi feroces. Okay, so this adjective always has only third declension endings. Canes statim cervos per territos agitaverunt et interfecerunt. Dogs immediately chased the terrified deer and killed them. Now you notice I have the them in parentheses because it's just understood. Okay, so both these actions, interfecerunt, killed, and agitaverunt, chased, have as their understood object cervos, and we replace just logically with the word them. Postquam canes cervos superaverunt, lupi arenam intraverunt. After the dogs overpowered the deer, wolves entered the arena. Okay, remember the OS ending is only accusative plural. That's your object. Okay, so The word canes, remember, third declension nominative and accusative plural have the same ending, the es, but we know this has to be the subject because this can only be our object. Now, wolves and dogs are in fact genetically the same species, but domesticated dogs are much more docile. They're much weaker. Okay, so wolves are in fact very dangerous animals relative to domesticated dogs. Lupi quod valde esuriebant, canes ferociter petiverunt. The wolves, because they were very hungry, fiercely attacked the dogs. Canes erant fortissimi, sed lupi facile canes superaverunt. The dogs were very brave, but the wolves easily overpowered the dogs. Now, this is important to look at here. This is the adjective, very brave, okay? This adjective takes endings of the first and second declension nouns, okay? Because canes is masculine, it's taking the masculine second declension nouns. It agrees with this nominative plural, okay? Both of these are nominative plural, but it's not the same ending, okay? So just as we discussed with the possibility of having feroces, okay, the plural with the es, theoretically describing cervi, you can have the opposite situation, okay? So fortissimi, nominative plural, canes, nominative plural. But notice here again, this is just worth looking. Here, this is accusative plural, okay? Why do we know this has to be accusative plural? Because now in this clause, lupi can only be nominative plural. And so that's the subject of the verb superaverunt, but the wolves easily overpowered the dogs. Nucerini erant laetissimi, et regulum laudabant. The Nucarians were very happy and were praising Regulus. Pompeiani tamen non erant contenti, sed clamabant. The Pompeians, however, were not happy, but were shouting, and now here's what they were shouting: Ubi sunt leones? Where are the lions? Now, they probably would have been told in advance that this gladiatorial show was going to include some lions. And, you know, the fact is, lions are not indigenous to Italy. And so some of these people may never have seen a lion before in their life. And they're very excited to see one. And so the Pompeians are shouting, Ubi sunt leones? Cur Regulus leones retinet? Why does Regulus hold back the lions? Well, the reason he's holding back the lions is this is kind of like the dramatic conclusion to his show. You know, this cost a lot of money to get some lions here. So he doesn't want to like rush into this. This is like the finale. And so, but I think he's going to realize, all right, people are getting a little impatient. It's time to move on. Regulus postquam hunc clamorem audivit signum dedit. Regulus, after he heard this shout, gave the signal. Okay, so there might have been some prearranged signal that when Regulus like waves at a certain person, it's time to send in the lions. Statim tres leones per portam ruerunt. Immediately 3 lions rushed through the gate. Tuba iterum sonuit. The trumpet again sounded. Bestiarii arenam audacissime intraverunt. So these are the beast fighters I referred to earlier, okay? So these guys have no armor. They've got a spear. Theoretically, a lion against a man with a spear, that's somewhat of a fair fight, okay? These guys are in a little danger when they are in the arena with lions. The beast fighters very boldly entered the arena. Leones tamen bestiarios non petiverunt. The lions, however, did not attack the beast fighters. Okay, they're supposed to be attacking the beast fighters. Remember, the wolves, because they were very hungry, immediately attacked the dogs. Well, what if somebody messed up and fed these lions? Okay, these lions should be attacking the beast fighters because they're hungry. They're not attacking the beast fighters, okay? This is not an exciting show if the lions are not attacking. Leones in arena recubuerunt. The lions laid down in the arena. Oh, that's even less exciting than the lions like just standing in the arena. What could get more boring than the lions laying down in the arena? Oh, good Lord. Leones obdormiverunt. The lions fell asleep. Okay, Regulus has got to be like thinking, who fed those lions? I should be looking at a fight right now between lions and beast fighters. Tum Pompeiani erant iratissimi, quod Regulus spectaculum ridiculum edebat. Then the Pompeians were very angry because Regulus was putting on a ridiculous show. And now, people, you didn't see this coming, but guess what? This is a true story. What's about to be described actually happened. Pompeiani Regulum et Nucerinos ex amphitheatro agitaverunt. The Pompeians chased Regulus and the Nucerians out of the amphitheater. Okay, is that the end of it? No, it's not. Nucerini per vias fugiebant, quod valde timebant. The Nucerians were fleeing through the streets because they were very afraid. Pompeiani tamen gladios suos destrinxerunt et multos Nucerinos interfecerunt. What? The Pompeians, however, unsheathed their swords and killed many Nucerians. Okay, this has actually now become a serious matter. Okay, we're talking about Italians simply angry about what happened in a gladiatorial contest, killing one another. This is unjustifiable murder that has just taken place here, people. And this is a true story. This actually happened. Ecce sanguis non in arena, sed per vias fluebat. Look, blood was flowing not in the arena, but through the streets.